books are to be tasted, others swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested, said Francis Bacon. Books are not pills that you should take whether you want it or not. People don't like reading because of so many reasons. Among them, a few are you hate reading, you don't find time to read, you feel books are expensive, and finally, you don't know what to read. I think reading should not be considered as a work to be done, or it should not be for getting marks. For example, if you read well for a reading test in your school, you may score good marks. Instead, reading books of any kind help you to transform your life to its heights. As is a manual for a machine to work without hindrances, so is the collection of books which helps to rejuvenate your mind and body. So, books are the best friends of each person to attain the level of success with their own perspectives. Reading not only helps you to improve your cognitive level, but also it aids to bring out your creative talents. So here we present the beautiful and elegant thoughts or review of learning on reading books in a different way. My students and myself, Nandita Menon, here we wish to take you all through the distinct phases of reading. Do watch and enjoy.
Books are indeed the best source of knowledge and information. Every time you read, you will gain new bits of information and knowledge that are very useful. Books not only inspire us, but they also provide knowledge. Even though technology has brought in many changes to the way we read, it has enhanced our ability to get connected to different sources of knowledge through reading. Reading has several merits. It keeps us connected with the outside world. It expands our vocabulary and develops the skill of concentration. Reading provides us with pure enjoyment and pleasure. It is to be noted that reading exposes our mind to different cultures and languages of the world. So, keep reading. It's one of the most marvelous adventure that anyone can have.
വളരട്ടെ വായന നമ്മളിൽ, വളരട്ടെ വായന നമ്മളിൽ, അറിവിൻ്റെ നിറദീപമാ നാളേക്കായുള്ള നാളമാ, അറിവിൻ്റെ നിറദീപമാ നാളേക്കായുള്ള നാളമാ, ഒരു വഴി കാട്ടിയായി പടരട്ടെ വായന നമ്മളെ, വായന നമ്മളെ.
Hello all, as we all know that this week is a reading week, I wish all of you a very happy reading week. On this special occasion, I would like to speak about a true story of a carpenter. There was an elderly carpenter who was ready to retire from his work. He told his employer of his plan to leave his house building business to live a more luxurious life with his wife and enjoy his extended family. And now he would miss his paycheck each week, but he wanted to retire. And his employer was sorry to see his good worker go and asked him if he could do one more house as a personal favor. The carpenter agreed and started working the last project in his life. Since it was his last project, he done it with half-heartedly. He said, goodbye to overtime. He did not use quality wood for the work. The furniture was of low quality. At last, he completed the work of the house. The carpenter was called to the office by the employer, and the employer gave him the keys of the newly built house to the carpenter, saying, "This is a gift for you from me for such a commendable service over 15 years." The carpenter was shocked. If he had only known he was doing the house for his own, he would have done it all so differently. So it is with us. We build our life a day at a time, often putting less than our best into the building. Then, with a shock, we realize we have to live in the house we built. If you could do it over, we would do it much differently. But you cannot go back. You are a carpenter. Every day you hammer a nail, place a board, and erect a wall. Someone once said, "Life is a do-it-yourself project. Your attitude and choices you make today help you build the house you live tomorrow. Therefore, you should build it wisely." So, I hope it was interesting. So, the only thing I have to say is, you must read everything what you get. Reading will make our day-to-day life more interesting. Thank you.
അറിവും വരമെന്തറിയേണം, വിജ്ഞാനങ്ങൾ നുകരേണം, ഒരു സൽക്കൂട്ടായെന്നെന്നും പുസ്തകമെൻ കയ്യിൽ വേണം. അറിവും വരമെന്തറിയേണം, വിജ്ഞാനങ്ങൾ നുകരേണം, ഒരു സൽക്കൂട്ടായെന്നെന്നും പുസ്തകമെൻ കയ്യിൽ വേണം. തേനുകര അറിവിൻ പൂവിൽ എന്നും മനസ്സ് നിറച്ചിടാം. തേനുകര അറിവിൻ പൂവിൽ നിന്നും മനസ്സ് നിറച്ചിടാം. അലകടലിൽ പറയുന്നുര പോൽ ചിന്തകളെ എൻ മലരാകാം. അലകടലിൽ പറയുന്നുര പോൽ ചിന്തകളെ എൻ മലരാകാം. അറിവിൻ വരമെന്നറിയേണം, വിജ്ഞാനങ്ങൾ നുകരേണം, ഒരു സൽക്കൂട്ടായെന്നെന്നും പുസ്തകമെൻ കയ്യിൽ വേണം.
My name is Priyanka. Today I am going to say about William Shakespeare. He was born on 26 April 1564. He is considered as the greatest English writer. He often called as England's national poet and the bard of Avon. His surviving works included 38 plays, 154 sonnets, 2 long narrative poems. Many of his plays were translated in different languages, and he passed away on 23rd April 1660.
My name is Srinath M. I am going to say about the Reading Day. June 19 is celebrated as National Reading Day to honor the life and works of P.N. Panikar. His full name is Puduvayil Narayana Panikar. He is the person who initiated the libraries in his home state. In fact, He is responsible for the cultural movement to advocate reading in state of Kerala. As a student or citizen of India, this is a day to remember the missile man of India and all other poets. APJ Abdul Kalam sir said that one good book is equal to 1,000 friends and one good friend is equal to a library.
നിങ്ങൾ കേട്ടിട്ടില്ലേ, വായിച്ചാൽ വളരും, വായിച്ചില്ലെങ്കിൽ വളരും. നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും വായിച്ചു വളരണം. കേരളത്തിലെ മിക്ക കുട്ടികളും വായിക്കാറില്ല, അഥവാ വായിച്ചാൽ തന്നെ അതിൻ്റെ മഹത്വത്തെ പറ്റി പറയാറില്ല. ഇതൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ ചർച്ച ചെയ്യേണ്ട വിഷയം തന്നെയല്ലേ. നമസ്കാരം, ഞാൻ ഷാനി പ്രഭാകർ. പ്രധാന വാർത്തകൾ. വായനാ ദിനത്തോടനുബന്ധിച്ച് വായനയുടെ മഹത്വത്തെ ചൂണ്ടിക്കാണിച്ച് പ്രിയ കുട്ടികൾ. അപ്പം ഇനി അടുത്തത് നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരു പുസ്തകമെല്ലാം അച്ചടിക്കുന്ന ഒരു മുറിയിലേക്ക് പോവാം. എൻ്റെ മോ അവനെ ഇവിടുത്തെ സ്കൂളിൽ ചേർത്തു. അവൻ്റെ പേര് പവൻ. നല്ല പേരല്ല. ഒന്നും വായിക്കില്ല, ഒന്നും പഠിക്കില്ല. അവൻ സ്കൂൾ മാറണമെന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ അതിൻ്റെ മഹത്വമൊക്കെ അവന് എപ്പോഴാണ് അവൻ മനസ്സിലാവും.
നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും വായിച്ചു വളരണം. അറിവ് നേടണം.
അപ്പം എല്ലാവരും വായിക്കുക, വായിച്ച് വളരുക. നല്ലൊരു റീഡിംഗ് ഡേ എല്ലാവർക്കും ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പം നല്ലൊരു വായനാ വാരം ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നിർത്തുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Hi everyone, in this occasion I would like to discuss a quote from a speech delivered by Barack Obama, the former president of United States, about literacy and education in 21st century. The quote is, "Reading is the gateway skill that makes all other learning possible." Meaning, as education is the foundation of opportunities, the first block that holds the foundation together is reading. Reading is very useful because in reading all our 5 sense organs works as together. We can visualize it, we can hear it, we can smell it, we can feel it, and at last we read with our tongue. So all these sense organs are controlled by our brain. So we can say that reading is also good for our mind too. In this quote, it is mentioned that reading is a gateway skill because it increases our visualization power, grasping power, and our communication skills too. I conclude my words. Thank you.
Hello everyone, how are you all? Today I'm going to say a few words on the topic of Reading Day. June 90 onwards, we celebrate Reading Day in honor P.N. Padikkal. He passed away in June 19, 1995. He is the father of library and father of literacy. Do you know why the reading is important? When we read a book, it will give us positive energy. Henry David said that books are the treasured wealth of the world. So, I'm going to conclude my words to say that don't avoid reading because it makes us a positive energy. This is Fida for me from 10th E Science.
Respected principal, teachers, and my dear co-students, today I am going to represent a short video by myself about how to encourage reading habit among children by using Tayambaka Chenda. So let's begin. Tayambaka പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ആദ്യം വായ്ത്താരിയാണ് ചൊല്ലി പഠിക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ ഈ നിമിഷത്തിൽ ഞാൻ കുറച്ച് വായ്ത്താരി ചൊല്ലുകയും അത് കൊട്ടിക്കാണിക്കുകയുമാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. നമുക്ക് തുടങ്ങാം. ആദ്യം വായ്ത്താരി. Na 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 ghe na 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 ghe 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 na, 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 na. നന്ദി ഒരുപാട്. നമസ്കാരം.
Dancing's what makes you. Dancing's what clears my soul. Dancing's what makes me whole. Get up on the floor, dancing on the low. Get up on the floor, dancing to the break of dawn. Get up on the floor, dancing to the break of dawn.
Good morning, friends. I'm Asha Ramesh. As a part of the celebration of the Reading Week, I've come up with some books which every student must read. So let's take a look into it. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The Motivation Hacker by Nick Winter. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Lord of the Flies by William Holding. Now we are going to look into some slogans and quotes based on reading and books. Reading, the more you do it, the better you get. Have some patience and you won't regret. Get lost in a good book. Reading sounds like feeding and it is your brain. Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. I do not want to just read books, I want to climb inside them and live in there. As mentioned, let's not forget the importance of reading books. So let's read, learn and grow together. Thank you.
The theme goes through the journey of the royal travelers reaching the Island after the great streak of Skull. The king of Naples, Alonso, along with his brother Sebastian, his son Ferdinand, the Duke Antonio and his chief advisor Gonzalo stuck in a heavy storm during the voyage. The travelers were terribly frightened and thought to jump into the sea to save themselves, and these incidents were absorbed by the Prospero and his daughter Miranda from the nearby island. They have living in this land over 12 years. The ship has uncovered Miranda miraculously, but Prospero consoled her by saying that it one of the magic he has created. Once I was a Duke of Milan, Prospero began to unravel the old story to his daughter. He told about the betrayal of the Antonio and Alonso, but they were helped by the Gonzalo and escaped from their death. The books about the magics were brought to Prospero by the Gonzalo to teach his enemies a lesson. Prospero created the storm. He explained everything to his daughter Miranda. Prospero came to know that all of his enemies are saved through a mischievous demon created through his wizardry. Ferdinand, son of Alonso, came to Prospero, began frightened by Ariel. Miranda and Ferdinand liked each other by their first sight. Miranda decided to test the love of Ferdinand and behaved very rude to Ferdinand. All the others were wandering through the island through that Ferdinand was dead. But Gonzalo consoled Alonso, saying that Prince Ferdinand is alive. Antonio ordered Sebastian to kill Alonso by bribing that he would the next Duke of Naples. But Alonso arrived at the right moment and was saved from the death. After dramatic events, Miranda conveyed her love towards Ferdinand and decided to get married. Prospero stated everything, but he too was very happy for them. And at last, Antonio begged pardon to Prospero for all Betarial and give back the kingdom to Prospero. Prospero began to rule his kingdom again by giving a full stop to his winery, allied Shakespeare, who folded his curtain of literary by his drama The Tempest.
So hi friends, I'm Shreya. I am here to share the instructional strategies of the 7 early literacy pillars on account of Reading Week. 1. Alphabetical principle. The concept that letters and their patterns represent the sounds of spoken language. 2. Phonological awareness. The ability to identify and manipulate the different parts of oral language. 3. Phonemic awareness, which focuses on the individual sounds that make up words. 4. Phonics. It connects the sound of oral language with the letters of written language. 5. Word recognition. To recognize the spelled words or sight words with proper pronunciation and meaning. 6. Vocabulary. As we learn to read and spell words, it's important that we learn and understand the meaning of the words too. 7. Structural analysis. It introduces prefixes, suffixes and root words. So friends, next we can move on to the benefits of reading. Reading helps to dream big. We will gain insight and enthusiasm to take up the challenge and go after our big dreams. Reading reduces stress. Studies say that 6 minutes of reading can reduce stress by 68%. Reading builds self-confidence. Reading helps build the vocabulary and language skills students need to be successful in all subjects, which in turn makes a child feel more confident. Reading fuels our imagination. Reading helps us practice imagination by letting the words describe an image and be open to new ideas and understanding new things. Reading makes us a better leader. Readers are leaders. Reading aids sleep. It allows our mind to rest and relax before turning out the lights to fall asleep. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy books. And that's kind of the same thing. So friends, read more books, expand your knowledge, be happy. Thank you.